The digital trail pointed toward one of the most dangerous parts of the coastline. The ocean below Cape Byron is rough and deep. The currents in that area are strong and unpredictable. If someone fell from the cliffs there at night, the chances of survival would have been extremely low. Whether a body would ever be recovered would depend on the tides, the currents, the rocks, and pure luck. The family hired private investigators. They put up reward money. They stayed in Australia for months, refusing to leave the case behind. Remember this detail. It matters later. The phone data, the most important evidence in the case, showed Théo moving in a direction that made no obvious sense for someone trying to get home. His hostel was south of the bar. The Cape Byron headland is to the east and northeast. He was moving away from his bed, away from the center of town, and toward one of the most isolated and dangerous stretches of coastline in the area. Why? That question drove the investigation for years. One theory was simple disorientation. He had been drinking. It was late. It was dark. The track toward the lighthouse is accessible and easy to wander onto, especially for someone unfamiliar with the area. A visitor to Byron Bay who had lost his sense of direction could plausibly end up on that path without meaning to. Another theory was that he was trying to get phone reception. The lighthouse area sits on higher ground. Some investigators suggested he may have been looking for signal to call or message someone, and walked too close to the cliff edge in the dark. A third theory, the one his family kept returning to, was that something else happened. That the idea of an accidental fall did not account for everything they knew. That there were gaps in the timeline and questions in the evidence that deserved harder scrutiny. The coronial inquest heard evidence across 2021 and 2022. State Coroner Teresa O'Sullivan reviewed the available evidence, the phone data, the witness accounts, the search records, and the physical evidence recovered from the Cape Byron area. Her findings, delivered in October 2022, did not produce the certainty many people expected. She concluded that Théo Hayez had died in Byron Bay on or shortly after June 1st, 2019. But she could not determine exactly how. The cause of death was undetermined. The manner of death was undetermined. There was no body, no witnessed fall, no forensic confirmation, no clear evidence proving third-party involvement, but no final proof either of exactly what happened in those final hours. Police had argued that the most likely explanation was misadventure, that Théo had walked alone onto the headland, become disoriented, and fallen from the cliffs. His family accepted the finding with grief, but not with full closure. His mother, Vinciane Delforge, has spoken publicly about the investigation. She has said the family still has questions. She has said they do not believe every possibility was fully explored. Théo's body has never been found. No physical cause of death has ever been confirmed. The coroner's conclusion is based on the limits of the available evidence, not on recovered remains, not on a witnessed event, and not on forensic certainty. His phone is the closest thing this case has to a witness. It tracked part of his movement out of the bar, through Byron Bay, and toward the Cape Byron headland. It showed that he moved away from town instead of toward his hostel. It recorded final activity after midnight. And then, like everything else in this case, it stopped short of telling the full story. In the years since, Byron Bay has not forgotten him. His face appeared on posters around the town for months. The search became one of the largest for a missing person in New South Wales history. His case is still discussed in online communities that follow missing persons cases. People who study the phone data, the timing, and the geography, looking for the detail that might explain what the evidence never could. Théo Hayez was 18 years old. He had just finished school. He had his whole life in front of him. He left Belgium to see the world. He made it as far as the easternmost point of mainland Australia, the very edge of the continent, before the trail went dark. His family is still waiting. The lighthouse still stands above the headland. The cliff is still there. And the ocean below it does not give back what it takes. One question before you go. Do you think Théo walked to those cliffs alone and died in a tragic accident? Or does something about this case still not add up to you? Drop your answer below.